Okay, so I'm Ayushi Gandhi and I'm going to talk about gender and environment and what are the issues related to it. So, first of all, you should know what is gender. So, basically, gender originates in objective biological divergencies, goes far beyond the physiological and biological specifics of the two sexes in terms of the roles each is expected to play. So basically, gender is differentiated through physiological and biological specifics, and also it's also about the roles which each gender play. Like in our society, female needs to play certain roles and male need to play certain roles. Like male need to go to work to earn money and female needs to do household work, right? So this is how we have separated two sexes in form of gender. So it's not only the biological difference, but it is also about the roles which we are playing in our day-to-day life. Now, the concept of gender is the sex difference and gender difference. So, here you can see that there is biological difference which is shown, and it is also constructed socially, like what female is wearing you can see, and what male is wearing, that also you can see. So, it's very easy to see the difference in terms of what kind of clothing they are wearing, how they are sitting, how they are standing, how they talk, and there is also a biological difference. So, gender is not always the sensitive topics as some claim it to be. With the right method and attitude and approach, people can discuss about the subject. So, it's not a sensitive topic. We can have a healthy discussion with the right attitude and approach. Gender is not an imported theoretical concept, and women and men can address it freely. So it's not a theoretical concept, we can discuss and we can advance ourselves, we can adapt according to the environment and progress ourselves. So gender issues can be talked about and it can be taken in a very positive manner. So relationship between gender and environmental concerns. So gender is also related to environment, and what are the concerns related to it? So gender relations are defined as the specific mechanism whereby different cultures determine the function and responsibility of each sex. So there is specific mechanism, or there are different cultures which determine the responsibility of each sex towards environment. So according to the culture, responsibility towards the environment also changes. They also determine the access to material resource such as land, credit, trading and power. So sometimes it's also about how you can determine the resources, like a woman can get resources or not, male can get resources or not. So determination is also dependent on gender. As men and women have different roles in the family, community and workforce, they are likely to have different personal attitudes, priority and power over resources when it comes to environmental protection. So when it comes to environmental protection, male and female have different roles and different attitude towards it, right? Okay. So, women and environment. So, suppose the impact of environmental degradation is gender differentiated in terms of workload and quality of life. Women are the first to be affected by depletion of natural resources. In rural areas, in most developing countries, women are responsible for daily management and use of natural resources. Widespread and growing deforestation and the drying up of water resources force women to range even further afield, spending more time and energy in producing and finding essential commodities. So suppose if the female of the house is responsible to come up with a water resource every day, right? So she in the villages they have to walk to the nearby lake or pond or well to get water, right? So if the water is drying up, right, it is getting depleted, the water level is going down, so they have to go to another village where the water is sufficient enough, right? So they have to walk more. So the distance from their house and to get water resources increases every day, that means they have to give more energy, more time. So the female of the house will get affected more because female is responsible for managing the resources in the house. Suppose if the farmers are not able to produce agriculture and the vegetables and these are not growing properly and there is scarcity of it, the female is responsible for cooking in the house. So it will be a problem for female to what to cook in the house if vegetables are not available or there is scarcity of food, right? So if there is scarcity of vegetables and fruits, then the female of the house gets affected more, right? So women and environment are related in a very sensitive way. If there is depletion of resources, women also get affected. So because of that, Chipko movement was there. It was very visible that the women took the leadership of Chipko movement, which happened, right? So everyone will be knowing about Chipko movement. We have learned about it in social science, that how she cared about the environment because she knows that she has to provide resources to her home. So the Chipko movement happened and the whole forest area was saved, right? And deforestation didn't happen. The cutting of that forest area didn't happen because of the Chipko movement. So that is what women and environment, how they are related. So environmental degradation caused by poorly managed and utilized waste products and pollutants can have disappropriate impact on women, who seem to be more susceptible to toxic effect of certain chemicals. So woman's body can be more affected to these all toxic elements. So the health risk to the woman increases, right? The health risk is even higher among the lower income strata of the population. So it's not only about gender that the woman will be affected, but the people who are of the lower income strata, those people will also get affected because of the environmental degradation and the pollution which we spread in the environment. Or among rural areas, people living near fields that are sprayed from air, right? The people living near the industrial area or the people in the rural area where all the waste is getting dumped, those people will be affected most, right? So in many countries, the lives of rural people are wholly dependent on the availability of natural resource. So rural people, mostly they are dependent on agriculture, the activities in which they provide resources to the people. Like for example, some people do the business of milk, some people do the business of agriculture. So mostly this kind of activities happens in the village. So if the environment is degraded and if we are not able to produce proper food resource, right, the agriculture is not happening properly, then those people will be affected most. And if the cows are not getting proper food and if the surrounding environment of the cow is degraded, then they won't be able to provide milk, and that is how the whole rural area gets affected. So both men and women overexploit natural resource in a struggle of survival in which soils are depleted, wildlife, plants and marine resources are destroyed and the quality of water downgraded. Environmental degradation is a most keenly felt by the most vulnerable members of the community and those who rely heavily on nature's bounty. So basically, environmental degradation is most keenly felt by the people who are related to the business of environment or related, or they are dependent on the natural resources completely. So these are the people who are going to get affected. So according to the United Nations, the Chronicle Journal research have found an association between breast cancer and the pesticide DDT and its derivative DDE. So breast cancer can also happen through the pesticide called DDT. World Health Organization has found that women who are exposed to pesticide face a higher risk of abortion. So these kind of health problems cause women to feel more responsible regarding to environmental issues. So these are the problems which are caused to women. You can see the breast cancer, abortion, right? If women's health is getting affected, so they feel more responsible towards the environment, that our environment should be saved so that they also remain healthy. So, impact of environmental concerns on women. Climate change threatens the security of livelihood, in which women are often more involved than men. So, if there is a climate change, woman is more involved than men, because she has to manage the whole family. Women are the often primary user of water in domestic consumption, subsistence, agriculture, health and sanitation. So, for cleaning the house they will require water. For providing good food or good vegetables to the family, they will require agriculture, right? So, all these things are managed by women, so they are often responsible. So, for them environment is very important. Women in many cases also take the primary role in educating children and family health. Women and men have different energy needs due to their differing household roles, responses to crisis. So, the energy needs of women and men is different. So, if there are crises in their surrounding, women will get affected more rather than men. Increased cost of energy, transportation, healthcare and food caused by the disrupting effect of climate change disproportionately affect women negatively by increasing their poverty and insecurity. So, the insecurity of women is increasing more, because I will give you a simple example that the woman has to travel more if the resources near her is getting depleted. A simple example which I gave you was getting water inside the house. So, suppose the nearby lake is getting dried up, or the nearby well is getting dried up, she has to move further, like she has to cover more distance and travel more. So, that will require more energy. Sometimes they need to have transportation, so that will include money also, they are traveling more, right. So, the financial resources are also affected because of it. So, because of that poverty can increase, insecurity can increase. So, climate change will result into affecting women more compared to men. So, climate change can adversely affect crop yields and thus the livelihoods and food security of rural women, who are largely responsible for food production as well as family nutrition. So, if there will be climate change, the agriculture will be affected and the women are taking care of the fields there, right. So, they will get affected more. Coping with the damage of extreme weather events linked to climate change may also fall more on women who hold together families and households. Like suppose there is a climate change and there is a flood, they have to move from one place to another place, right, to a safer village where they are more safe. Then at time of shifting, woman is responsible to shift everything and make sure that the family is together. Women are able to contribute significantly to mitigation of and adaptation to the climate change through their central role in food production and involvement in agriculture and biomass energy. Climate change is a lasting variation in the global climate. Climate change affects weather patterns, increasing the frequency and intensity of floods, droughts and extreme weather events. Natural disasters disrupt daily routines and complicate gender and family roles, which can cause victims of natural disaster to feel powerless and frustrated. So, because of the climate change, if there is a natural disaster like flood, earthquake, those things will affect the family. Women and children in developed and developing countries are at higher risk of sexual abuse during and after natural disaster. So, if there is a natural disaster and their family is not together, then they are at a higher risk of sexual abuse, right. They will not have home, they will have to live in shelter homes, and there is no family with them, and these all things will affect them mentally, right. Elderly women are also particularly at risk during natural disasters and time of crisis, because they are more susceptible to climatically induced health risk like disease, and because they are often isolated from social support to which men and some younger women have access. So even the elderly people will be affected if there is a flood and they cannot walk and they have to shift their house. It will be very difficult for them to move from one place to another place, right? Even they are mentally attached to that place. So if they have to shift from that part, their home, to some other place because of the natural disaster, they will also get mentally affected, right? So these natural disasters will be affecting older age people, women and children more, right? So this is one chart which you can see that how crop failure, fuel shortage, shortage of safe water, scarcity, disasters, disease, displacement, these all can affect women, right? Critical areas of concern. The persistent and increasing burden of poverty on women, inequality and inadequacy, and unequal access to education and training, that how even they should be educated, that if they are related to environment more, they are responsible for the resource management, they should be educated that how they can save resources, right? So inequalities and inadequacy and unequal access to health care and related service, violence against women, inequality in economic structure and policies in all forms of productive activities and in access to resource, inequality between men and women in the sharing of power and decision making at all levels, insufficient mechanism at all levels to promote the advancement of women. As woman is more nearer to environment, she knows how to take care of environment more than men. So she should be involved in decision making. Lack of respect for and inadequate promotion and protection of human rights of women. Stereotyping of women and inequality in women access to and participation in all communication systems, especially the media, gender inequalities in the management of natural resource and the safeguarding of environment, persistent discrimination against and violation of the rights of the girl child. So one should realize that women are more caring, so they can save environment in a more caring way rather than men. So women should be first priority and they should be involved in decision making so that their environment gets saved, and they should be educated also because they are the one who are managing these resources, right? So these are some women who have worked in saving of environment or conservation of environment. So women environment, here teenagers work on the rehabilitation of the Caspian Sea region, right? Wangari Maathai successfully implemented the Green Belt movement now on the leading worldwide climate change project. So she is working on climate change, right? And women were the first to find potable water during a prolonged drought in Micronesia. So because of the drought, women were the one who invented potable water. Khawla Al-Sheikh explains that her role in elevating the scarcity of water is important because only a woman can sell to a woman, and she believes that's why her initiative has been successful. So woman is responsible for marketing about water, and her role of elevating the scarcity of water was important because she was able to understand that how scarcity of scarcity of water can affect women, right? So she explained it and she was successful, and she sold in a great way to other women. So only women can sell it to a woman and make her realize that scarcity of water will be a very big problem, right? So we should conserve water. So actually, if I say Khawla Al-Sheikh was a plumber, and she used to remove leakages from the houses, and she was the first plumber, woman plumber. So that's why she made people understand that water is important, and if we waste water in the leakage, it will be creating scarcity of water. So that's why she became a plumber. first woman plumber. So how to involve women in environmental concern? Through community organization and support of external experts, clarification and identification of issue affecting women and men in order to reach appropriate environmental strategy for settlement. The grouping of communities according to their origin resulted in strong community organizations. The organization maximized people participation and ensured efficient use of all available resources. Gender sensitive improvement of environmental information and expertise involving women in decision making, building institutional capacity for integration of gender in environmental planning and management. So basically what they are saying here, in every community which is related to environment include women, in decision making include women, in building how to do environmental planning and management include women, so that the environment is conserved. So basic conclusion of gender and environmental issues is, as it has been observed that women are more vulnerable to the environment for being the second sex, social limitations and biological reasons, we can come to a conclusion that being the worst sufferer can turn out to be the best protector of the nature. Women are directly in contact with nature because of her household responsibility. And the most important thing, her knowledge and care towards the environment will be carried on by her children, which will keep the care alive even after long she is gone. So woman is the one who educates children. So if she is concerned about the environment, she will pass on to her children also. They will be also be concerned and they will pass on to their next generation. So woman is the core of the house. If you teach her how to save environment, and she also knows because she has faced a lot of problems related to environment, so she knows that these will be the problem if I don't conserve the environment. So she is more careful and more sensitive towards the environment. So considering women and environmental issues together, an organization should be there so that the environment should be conserved. Okay.